Hey, I have a question for you. It's spring. Is it still snowing Legos on Hoth? Hello and welcome to Lobricks. I am Leaky Trooper and this is our weekly Wednesday LEGO Star Wars Hoth MOC. And today we are going to be doing some snow forming. What the heck is snow forming? That's landscaping with snow. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we got something new we're putting on the board in addition to our normal tradition of putting a new minifigure on the board and also talking about the next two episodes. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Assistant and let's do some snow forming.
Alright guys, so we're back. What can I say? And look, we got some work to do per usual. I mean, it's a big Hoth MOC.
Look at the size of that thing.
There's always work to be done. But today, we've got to fill in this area. It means that it has to go up 2 studs because it's a 2 stud gap. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in the rest of this whole area with gray and then white over top of it. And then we can finally put this walker in its correct location because as you know, it's Luke's walker where he comes up and throws a plasma grenade or whatever into the cabin and kaboom booms that one. And that has to be behind where Wedge got stepped on, which Wedge's speeder, the smushed one that got stepped on, is going to be right here. So this one naturally has to be in front of Wedge's speeder. Don't worry, we will replace this one with another perfectly good one, and then that one over there is going to be the one that's, you know, down in the snow. But anyway, the first thing we got to do is lay out these gray panels so we can start putting over top of it. So let's do that. So there we have it. We've filled in this entire area with our multicolored bricks here, and we're going to go over top of it with some white along the edges. I know contrast is weird now, so it's hard to see, but we got to fill in this whole, basically everything that's not white needs to be white, including these. They need to be white over top. So we're going to do that. Some more building. I know, exciting. Don't worry though, we're going to be adding something soon, so stay tuned. Don't leave yet.
Don't leave me.
right, guys, so there we have it. It's all laid out and done, looking good. And one thing that people have been kind of talking about online is, do you want perfectly white bricks or not? And I think for some things, it's definitely, you're gonna want the perfectly white bricks. Like if you're trying to build like a hospital in LEGO City, you're gonna want perfectly white bricks. And there's definitely ways to get your bricks white. If you're looking to do that, I think Jang Bricks has a real good video on it.
No fight. There is one of all.
Because as you can see there, kind of looks a little bit, it's not so great. And with big old walkers stomping their feet on it, it's not gonna look great. And it's Hoth, I mean, dirt can get in there. So we like the diversity. I think it's definitely, once we take a big step back and look at the whole MOC, it's gonna look really good. But that does leave one thing. We have these walkers standing next to each other, and that's because it's finally the day where we can move the Luke's walker into the correct spot, which is right there. Because as you know, Luke comes out of his snow speeder, which is gonna be crashed right here with poor Dak smushed inside of it. But that does mean that we moved it from this spot right here where it was. And not to fear, another walker is here. So there we go. There's our third walker. Its gun's a little screwed up. We're gonna have to twist it down. And you might be asking, that's a little close to the mounds, but the mounds actually start right here. So we will have a little bit of room. So this will be in the perfect spot. And we are gonna have to add some footprints. We don't really know how we're gonna do that yet, but it will be done, don't worry. But look, the force is getting menacing.
Force is strong in my family.
And we will eventually be adding our fourth walker right there, and it's gonna look sweet. But that does leave one thing for this episode. Our famous minifigure adding to each episode. As you know, we like to add a minifigure every episode. And that's actually going to bring us over to Echo Base, which many things have happened over here. Not many things, not really anything really. But we have our fueling station, which has been added recently by Leaky, looking really cool. And that's where we're going to add our minifigure for today, which is gonna go right there. And she is going to be monitoring the fuel regulation for our X-Wings right here and there. And this is actually going to be interesting because we're gonna need to be building our bays here. So we are going to have to figure that out. But the fuel station is right here. So that is pretty sweet. We're definitely gonna have some more of these because if you remember from the movie, there was tons of fuel lines running all over the place, and even some that are not as nicely ran as these ones. But this looks really good. As you can see, you've got a fuel line, and that's just how it looked in the movie, which is what we like to see. And then of course we could have some more service people like this one who's running up with a power regulator to our X-Wings. And we're looking for more of these Rebel Trooper packs, but they're kind of out of stock. Another thing I'd like to mention is we did get that welding helmet on hand from last week. As you know, we didn't have the welder yet, but there you go. He's got his welding helmet on and the blowtorch there. And also the running Rebel Trooper with the gun has been moved to over here from over there, because in the movie, just past the Millennium Falcon, we've got a scene of a bunch of these guys running. So we will eventually want to get a whole ton of Rebel Troopers running over there in the future. And speaking of the future, what is coming in the next few episodes? Like we said last week, we are going to be doing some mound building in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. And then after that, we are going to rotate back to our Echo Base and start construction on our bays for our X-Wings. I don't know if I mentioned that, but we will be doing bays like we see in the movies for our X-Wings. And then we are going to have some snow speeders in here. It's going to be sweet, but I cannot wait. And this Millennium Falcon does look pretty cool. I just keep coming back to it. I mean, just look at it. Ooh, dang. Looking pretty cool. But anyway, guys, things are definitely coming along here with our Hoth MOC. We've got a lot of stuff to come in the future, so you're just gonna have to wait because it hasn't happened yet. Or if you're watching this in the future, just click the next video, and then you get to see. But anyway, guys, that's it for us. We'll see you next week.
It's looking pretty good, Assistant, I got to admit. Could be better, but it's looking good. So thanks for joining us this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And don't forget, you can join and become a member of Lobricks, and we got some cool stuff for members. With that, I am Leaky Trooper. Thanks once again for watching. We will see you next time. I am out of here, and bye.